so the base is much thinner, and I will have it cut in 3-inch strips just like this, but I'm not going to give you the measurement this way. I want you to figure that out. Feel free to check it with me before you cut anything so we can make sure it fits. But if we were to set everything together and measure this, we would have 8 inches from inside to inside, and we'd have, what was it, just a little less than 3 this way, 2 3/4 on the inside this way. This needs to be slightly bigger than that opening so that it fits in these grooves. So there's roughly a 1/16 inch deep on each side. So I've made it 3 inches instead of 2 3/4. If it's 8 inches and we've got a 1/16 inch deep on this side and a 1/16 inch deep on that side, we're gonna have to do a little bit of math. We're gonna have to figure out, we want it to stick out just a little too much on this side and this side. So while that glue is drying, we're working on that. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna take it over to the miter saw and I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna show you how to sand it. Some of these don't get cut quite all the way through, so you can see that one didn't quite make it. Looks like all my other ones are good. So I'm gonna have, this corner especially, I'm gonna have to file enough off that I can get it in nice and tight the way it's supposed to go. It's also gonna need to be angled on each end so it will fit in it. It will fit just barely, but it's very tight. We want to be able to slide it in. Okay, so I'm gonna measure and mark it, cut it, and then I'll show you how to do that. So now we want to find the corner of a table. We're going to get one of these files, and I'm going to just taper the whole corner. Try not to file on the table. And you notice I'm pretty steep. I'm not up like this. I don't want to shorten it. I just want to make the top a little skinnier. We're going to do that all the way around, top and bottom. And we're going to check it every so often to see how it fits. So I'm going to do the bottom and we'll see if it slides in. Looks good. I just have to do the other 3 sides, top and bottom, and then sand the one corner to match. So this corner here, I'm going to have to sand a little bit to match the error there, but let's see how close I am to getting everything to fit. So we're going to try and slide that in. Go. Like that. Okay. So I can tell I need to sand a little here, and I'm actually going to slide this out when I glue it. I want this to stick out just a little bit so it can fit into the other side. Okay, so that's the corner I need to sand a little bit. We can double check it by fitting this on there. And if I have it lined up here, see how far it sticks out over here? So the reason I need to file this corner down is to match that so it can fit nice and tight on this. There we go. So we are ready to glue and nail the rest of this together. Now that I've got my board figured out, the bottom, we're ready to start gluing, and then we're going to put our last couple of nails in. The key here is don't overdo it with the glue. Just a little bit of glue in the slot. It really doesn't take much. But we do want it in all of the slots, all three on this piece. And then also on the end. Okay, put a little on this. Okay, we're going to slide this guy in. Kind of line everything up. Make sure we have a little bit sticking out still on that end. And then when we glue this on, we also want some glue on these two pieces. So let's go ahead and add that. We've already got glue in the slot here, so we can install this. And we can nail this in. Now, you can do this exact same way we did. If you don't want to use the nail gun, we can do the same thing. We can put, just sitting on the table right here, we can put 2 nails in. Or, let's go try the nail gun. So we're going to use this little brad nailer. You do not get to use this without first checking off with me every single time. We're going to use the air hose. It has a little collar. So we got to slide this collar back, and then we can slide this in, push it in, and then snap it, and it should stay. You want to be very careful about this little bar right here. That's the safety. But if you're pushing that up against your skin while you're trying to pull this in and you accidentally bump the trigger, you're going to have a nail in you. So watch out for that. Hand off the trigger. Okay. Slide that in, pull back, push, let go. To remove it, you just got to pull back on that collar again. It pops it off. Okay. So, as I mentioned, the way this works is that little bar is the safety. So I'm going to line this up And we got to be super careful here. We don't want any hands or anything down here just in case the nail misses. Got it where I want it, so now I just pull the trigger. Okay, there's one. Come around here and do the same thing on this side. Notice I'm lining up this bar a little about where the edge of our board underneath would be. Got to keep this straight, not tipped, and do the second one. Okay, when I'm done, I'm going to pop that out and we can put all that away. So it's glued, it's nailed, it's going to dry. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the handle in and we got to do some sanding.